Well, what?
Damn, wrong one.
Gabe, you pressed the wrong button. I'm here, not Jason. Jason's not there. I don't paint over there.
Are you painting that now?
No.
This is what you're painting today.
God, I ain't touching putting paint on his model.
You are painting this today, Jordan.
Gabe, how would you feel?
Great.
Putting paint on Jason's model.
Sounds great.
Sounds like a recipe for
I think you should
disaster.
paint all my models.
Wait, what?
I think you should paint all my models.
I'm not painting all your... I'm not asking how it would be if he painted your models. I'm saying, what do you think would happen if you painted on his model?
Probably death and fire.
Yep. Same thing would happen if I did it.
And
Doesn't matter. Hi, everyone.
And pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering.
And lots
Jabe
of
and Jordan.
black primer. Hello, people.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Wednesday, just in case you weren't looking at the calendar.
Push the big red button.
Gabe pushed some kind of button.
I pushed a button.
I don't. It was the wrong button.
How's it going, D-Fresh?
Maybe the right button.
Oh, hi.
What up? D-Fresh. Who we got in here? We got Ghost Hunter, Sugar Rush, Big Bobzilla, Hoosiers, Zombie PhD. What's going on? Wad Tomato N. And RestreamBot, also known as
Hoosier said
D-Fresh.
tonight's game isn't until 7:30. What are you playing? Is it a tabletop game? Is this a
Curious minds must know.
video game? Are you doing wars and you ref soccer? That's
Oh,
fun.
dang,
That's cool.
You know what? I have to give... I don't normally like to give shout-outs like this, but I have to give
Also, I love your name.
Hyundai
Flapjack Nickelsack.
a bit of a positive thumbs up.
Who?
Hyundai.
Hyundai?
Yeah.
The car?
The company.
The company that made the car?
Correct.
Okay.
I decided to extend my lease a little bit,
Okay.
and it was an extraordinarily easy process.
To extend your lease?
Yeah. Even though I had to call a call center,
Oh.
which is always a recipe for disaster, especially when you're
Can be.
talking about big corporate companies like
It can
that.
be. You ran 9 miles in 2 days. Jeez.
That is way more than I would be able to
That's
handle.
more than I've run in the last year.
Yeah.
You know?
I can believe that.
Not run very far. I've run a some, but probably not 9 miles.
Last time I ran, I hurt my foot. And that was
Yeah.
not so fun.
No, not fun.
So I've learned to not do that.
I liked the T. Schmidt meme video short today.
Huh?
Huh? Oh, we got a sub.
Huzzah, huzzah.
Mechanized Imposter. Thank you for the sub.
6 months. Oh, wait. Yes. 6 months.
7
what
months.
up? It's confusing. It says 6 and then it also says 7.
It does only say 7. Where do you see 6?
Mechanized Imposter resubscribed for 6 months. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time reading it.
They've been subscribed for 7 months.
Yeah. Well, much love. Hi.
Yeah, what video are you watching, Ghost Hunter?
Did I miss a video? T. Schmidt, Vector, what's going on? Hoosiers? Flapjack, Nickelsack? Definitely premium quality name.
Yep.
Flapjack. I think you're winning pretty hard there.
Big fan. Hello, hello. Welcome
Welcome.
to our crazy town place.
That's true.
You got a frame, you got a frame, you got a frame.
Your
Up,
face,
up, up,
your face is out of
up,
frame.
up, up, up. Down, left, right, down, up. It was a green paint video, but more than half of it was painting yellow. Oh.
We tricked you.
T. Schmidt said, I hope you didn't miss a video, Jordan. That's kind of your job.
Well,
I think we knew there was a video today, but we were confused on how that correlated. And now we understand.
yes.
Now we get it. That's a pretty good video today.
You saw that video because I clicked buttons. So I could not have missed it.
Hoosier said I'm actually going to use today's video for the skin of one of my obliterators.
Let's go!
That's what we like to hear. That's why we do it, you know? Because you see the video and you're like, that would be sick on this.
Yep. Well, and Christopher and I talked about it yesterday. We kind of teased a little bit about it. We were like, hey, tomorrow's video is going to be awesome.
Wad Tomato says, PSA, Twitch is getting ready to bump the price of subs on mobile now as well. If you sub through the Android or Apple app stores, go sub through the site instead. Interesting. I wonder if Apple and the Apple Store and the Android Store are trying to take a cut of it because they're facilitating said sale. Probably what's happening.
Probably.
Probably been taking cuts of it, or they have been, and Twitch is like, no more.
No,
we
want all of our money back.
Crazy. Slayer Street, how's it going?
Slayer Street. Slay or
Street. I
Street.
didn't know you could sub through the App Store. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Wow, that blue is really hard to see against that dark. Oh my goodness.
Which blue? Oh, the blue, the glowy
name text.
Oh yeah, it's
crazy.
It's not great.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it's even hard to read against the gray.
Yeah. They already do. That's why mobiles always cost more. Yeah. Like 30% cut. Holy crap. Bunch of greedy people. Sorry, canceling my sub. Psh, I can never, let alone I don't even know how to. I could even see Android not charging that amount, but Twitch is like, well, we're doing it on Ample, so we might as well do it on there. We make even more money. Silly.
Silly gooses.
Silly.
Silly Billy Gooses?
Greedy bastards.
Also, yes.
If you sub through the Twitch app on mobile device, it's through their store. Oh, interesting. Ghost Hunter said Mike is going to have to pay more for my sub then.
Jeez.
No. Oh, no. Hey, Monument Crew, Jay from Eons of Battle YouTube channel has a nice noosh video up.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to go check it out. Christopher, get on that.
Christopher, go look.
Christopher.
Christopher.
You can come in here and be like, yes. Like,
we just make Christopher do all the dirty work around here.
Stream.
All of it.
Christopher.
Hi, Christopher.
We said that to check out a video. You watch it. He's not.
Oh, that's not. Oops, pulled the wrong color.
Jay from Eons of Battle made a noosh video today. Or did it go up today? Was it yesterday? I don't know.
Recently.
Game delay. It's Wild Jabe. You don't seem very wild though. Are you a shiny Jabe?
Gabe is always wild, even when he's being a little less animated. He's still pretty wild.
I would consider myself not a shiny, but I am a legendary. So
you're shiny legendary.
No, not a shiny. I will not take that, but I will take legendary. Jabe the tallest and looks the shortest in the producer's chair. That's because I properly set my chair height.
Also, he's in a different chair.
To give myself enough headroom. And I did change the chair because I did not want to
you can say it.
in the other chair.
Yep.
The other chair sucks.
The other chair sucks.
Hi, Baby J's head. Hi, Jabe.
Jabe's just letting everybody know.
How's it going, Malev?
We got Malev in here? What's up, Malev? What's good, my dude?
I think Wad is always a shiny Automaton. Agreed. Game delay. I played that game that I got at Gen Con like a few days after. I haven't been here to talk about it. Very fun. I'm a big fan. The I can't remember the name. I know it says Scorn on the front of it. The dungeon crawler game. Very fun. Good times. Lots of fun. I think Ghost Hunter is a boss type Pokemon that you can see in the distance, and I'm that common Pokemon you find too many of in the tall grass. No. If you're a common Pokemon you find too many of in the tall grass, you're that common Pokemon that's like really good to have though. You know, it's like a must take. You know, like it's even though it's a find it all the time kind of thing, it's like you gotta take it. You can't pass it up.
It's like a Pidgeotto or a Pidgeot.
Yeah.
Right? That's like a staple. You gotta have one.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Like, got lots of utility. It's really
Gotta have
good.
it.
Great typing.
Kinfire Delve, yes.
You know.
Lost on Sunday. Yeah, we lost as well. We did not beat the boss. Very difficult.
Oh, you guys are like good gamers.
We are good gamers, but we got wrecked by the AI. Trying to be silly, ended up bragging. It's on brand. No, you tried to put yourself down, and we said no. Don't talk about our friend game delay. Yeah, don't forget to talk about our friend game delay like that. Yeah, evolutions are strong. Last Pokemon I played was Let's Go game, Bellsprouts, friggin' everywhere. Well, it depends on which game you play. Because if you're playing Let's Go Pikachu, you don't have Bellsprouts, you have...
You have
something else.
Gloom.
No.
Yeah.
No, not the Oddish.
Pretty sure.
Both games have Oddish.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know that Growlithe, Vulpix, Bellsprout, and what's the other?
There's one of those Oddish, my dude.
Nope. Can't remember. I know Bellsprout's specific to one of them. And I think Bellsprout and Vulpix are in one, and then Growlithe and...
Oh, it's Lucario.
Not... no.
No, that's not in that book. That's not in that.
What is coming out of your mouth hole right now? It's not in that book. Wait,
dude.
Lucario. Wait. My dude, the Kanto region does not have Lucario.
You are correct. That's an accurate statement.
Raise a Kanto? I can't remember. Obviously, Let's Go Pikachu and think that we're inviting someone to go spy on themselves. Let's go Pikachu. True. Now I can't. Now I'm like.
Gabe's mad because he can't remember it. I'm pretty sure it's Oddish.
No.
Pretty sure.
We're looking it up. I'm curious now. I know.
Figure it out.
This far Pokemon conversation is far too in the tall grass. This is true.
Call it being into the weeds.
Oh, you're right. It is.
Ha ha! Let's go!
There's a ton of them. Jeez.
Way
too many.
Was correct.
There's so many.
Let it be said. I was correct. Sorry, Gabe. I had to own that one really there, real quick. I just had to own it. Fire red and leaf green. I don't know. I never played any of those. Well, I did. A long time ago. I did not fully wake up. Sorry. Sorry, folks. If I peaked a little bit there. I was, in fact, very excited about that.
So, I did give him a lot of crap for
it. He
did
give me a lot of crap for it, and I was correct.
To be fair, you did say Lucario.
Well, Lucario, I went to my second alternative of things that I have seen in recent memory that have been alternative Pokemon. And I think for the newer version of Pokemon, that's I think Sun and Moon, Lucario was an exclusive. Not Sun and Moon. Oh my god. Scarlet and
Violet. No.
Lucario.
We're talking about Pokemon.
We are talking about Pokemon.
But Age of Angra, also very cool. It is very rad. Very dope. Very cool. Very fun.
How are you, my love?
Vexian, I played Sapphire and Ruby. My brother played Emerald. Because I have a brother who's 2 years younger than me. And who's 2 years older than Schlebby. He's in the middle. And we each got the opposites of games. Except, as we got older, he always picked the, third game, where he'd play Emerald or
and he'd get all of the
Platinum. So he'd have the weird, thing. But, yeah. Why doesn't he work at Monument? Because I love him, but he doesn't get along with others.
Wow. Wow. All right, Gabe.
Yeah. Love him though. Pokemon is very obscure, Malev. Kindley said, I stick with the mainstream. Age of Ongro. Yeah. Age of Ongro is a ton of fun. It's a good time. You definitely need to try it out.
Excuse me, it's a great time, Gabe?
It's a fantastic time. Excuse me.
There you go.
It's a monumental time.
Whoa!
Okay? All right. That's where we're going.
Whoa, Gabe.
There's this bar
coming in hot
on this table.
Yes.
That keeps it stable.
Uh-huh.
But my knees keep hitting it.
That's because you have long legs,
very frustrating.
Gabe. I just wanted to let you know, just in case you've never heard this before, you got long legs, friend.
Yeah, I do. It's facts.
Yeah. We just spit in the facts over here. And sometimes the facts tell you some things that you didn't know.
Just spit.
Gabe is doing things now.
What?
He's just making noise.
Oh yeah, this chair is squeaky, but it's way more comfortable. Be like Baby J, Gabe, don't have legs. I don't. These are actually arms. I have 4 arms.
Gabe has 4 arms.
Cliff says, I'm just hanging, Baby J, just busy organizing the one box war game event like a madman.
Nice, dude.
Mad lad.
Mad lad.
Mad lad.
You are a mad lad, in the best sort of way.
Mad lad. What is one box war game event? I'm curious. Tell us more, Malev. Baby J is, imagine, who's that bad guy in Marvel with a really big head and super tiny body that floats on a chair?
Don't you even dare.
That's what Baby J is.
No.
Actually, he doesn't have legs.
Nope.
It's just a head.
That guy has legs.
Jordan has a regular human-sized head.
Oh, God.
And then the body of an infant floating around on a levitating throne made of happiness and joy.
Happiness and
so,
joy.
Counter to what you're saying, Game Blaze, he does have legs. He just can't use them because his head is a normal size, but his legs are not. I am calling him MODOK, which is guesses. Wait, am I? I don't know who that guy's name is. Probably.
That guy's name is in fact called MODOK.
Okay, so Panic Bomb
and
said the name
I refuse.
that I didn't know that was his name, but we said the same thing.
Nope.
MODOK.
That's not who it is.
Malev, yeah, go ahead and you're free to link it.
Are you calling Baby Jabe MODOK? No, he is not.
Yes.
I'm not allowing him to do that.
He is MODOK.
He's not allowed. I'm putting my foot down. That may not exist, but definitely does exist.
Avian.
BODOK.
This weird accident has been since Jordan's conception. Jordan wasn't born like a regular person. He just arrived. And he has the ability to take on the form of what we consider as normal. But for short periods of time. And so he expends most of that at shows when he has to be in front of people. And so then he has to sleep and recharge like a video game. And then so when he's streaming, he's recharging and has to float.
I'm so concerned right now.
Yeah. One Box War Game is a community design challenge I issued to the larger wargame community to design a game that uses a single box of miniatures. So far, we have over 70 games in the mix so far. It's been insane. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really dope. Single box miniatures. Is there a restriction to how large this box can be? Look, if AUG is but not actually is MODOK, I think he could make more money than Ant-Man Quantumania.
Well, I wouldn't look like that.
True. No, that's what he looks like.
That is
exactly
God
what he
no.
Looks like. It's exactly.
Nope.
Exactly.
Gabe, stop it. You're running off a cliff here.
He's got But in this case, Jordan does have the shoulders of a regular person as well. But everything below that, tiny.
Do you even know what this character looks like, Gabe?
Tiny.
Gabe, you need to look at this character so you know what you're trying to
I know what it
articulate.
looks like.
Do you?
Nope. Board Games Atlantic is sponsoring the event now, and we'll give one designer the chance to publish their game through them. That's cool. That's super sick.
That's amazing.
So if let's say, design a game that fits in a box that I've made that's the size of a house, would that work?
Gabe's like, because I have one.
I could get a box the size of a house, and I will fill it with minis. In live, now imagining Baby J walking the short distance home, his face gradually losing definition, one arm stretched out and dragging on the ground behind him. He waves at the old lady across the hall. I like this. I need a story. We need a short story about Baby Modoc J.
No.
And his adventures at Monument Hobbies.
No. We don't need any of that.
If someone can purchase that box and play your game with its contents, sure. Okay. Mine will be an experience.
Is it like a home experience?
Just make a document for real life prop hunt requirements. You need somewhere to live. I'll allow it. Great. We'll do this. I'll call up. We'll get Mr. Beast involved. It'll be crazy. Jason is apparently up to something with War Games Atlantic. I've not heard. Or my brain is not thinking of it. Timely Mr. Beast mention. I may be missing something. Keep the eyes peeled.
Keep your face peeled. More like it.
Well, I said, oh man, so something probably happened that I don't know of. I don't keep track of that stuff. Fisher Family Function. Choose your favorite Fisher for this fast, fun-filled game of family destruction. Exactly.
Family destruction in a full-sized house.
Yep.
It's like, we're gonna play Clue with real people and real weapons and a real house.
I just thought of the worst thing ever.
What's that? Can you share it?
Not a guy you want to be associated with right now, especially.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but
bad. No good.
Probably not good right now.
No good. No bad.
There's some not great allegations going on.
Ruh-roh. Gotta love it.
There's a whole lot of steaming pile of stuff going on.
Ooh.
Hi, Christopher. I'd recognize that sigh from anywhere. The breath. Ooh, that was right, Christopher. And I was right. What?
He said the video was good.
Oh.
Jay Taylor's a question. Would you ever add clear liquid varnish to your paint before putting it on the model? It depends.
Yeah, it does depend. I think if you're looking for
what are you looking for?
It depends on what you're trying to achieve.
Are you
right?
trying to just make it so that it doesn't doesn't come off for handling it? Are you looking to make it non-glossy paint glossy?
I would say if one of the things that you can do is you can put it on the model and you can mix in a little bit of gloss varnish into your matte paints and it will turn them satin.
Yeah, you can add gloss varnish to paint. Specifically, our gloss varnish was made with that purpose in mind as well.
Yes.
As a medium, not just a varnish. It's also a medium.
Yes. And our matte will largely be the same way.
Our matte, yeah,
is
to turn satin or gloss paints into more of a matte color.
Yeah.
Or matte finish, not color. Matte's not a color. Yeah, it just depends on what you're looking to do.
I'm excited with how this is turning out.
Yeah.
It's all the armor's kind of darkening up the appropriate amount. We're getting that white to kind of read separate now. I'm
What
looking
model is
forward
this?
to. So this is the Warcaster for the Crix battle group.
Okay.
And it's actually almost done.
Cool.
I gotta paint the dreadlocks. I'm not sure what color I'm gonna do those in yet.
Purple.
Purple wouldn't work great.
Purple
I
would
don't
look
think.
sick.
Maybe like a lavendery purple color, like if they were brighter, so you got a little bit more like texture.
Super dark. Or you do like a cool like the start with it as black and then it fades into like a purple towards the tips. That'd be cool.
Maybe. Is that a metal mini, Baby J? Nope.
No.
It's a 3D printed miniature.
Or dark hot pink.
Well, remember, I got to do the glow bits on here in red, like red orange, right? So we're gonna have that as an accent color.
Oh. Well, maybe you make it red orange.
Not her hair.
Yeah,
Are
dude.
you crazy, Gabe?
Dude.
Gabe, you
Come on.
crazy
That
guy.
sounds cool.
You're being a little out there right now.
How
Gabe.
many parts are you actually gonna have to make glow? Realistically.
Not many actually.
Then you gotta
the
make,
back for sure. Like
then
this back
do the hair
bit
too
here.
because that would look sick.
These little vents I'm gonna do.
I don't know, man. I think that it should be like dyed hair. Make it look like it's fire. I think that'd be cool. I mean, here's the deal. If I were in an army and they called me a warcaster, right? And everybody around me has some really cool orange looking glow coming from them, I'd make my hair that color.
But what if you also got glow coming from you?
If I have enough glow coming from me, then I'd do something probably just normal. But I don't. And so
I think dark hair looks pretty good. I mean, I could make it like just black, which
or
is
you
also
go
fun.
crazy. Or you go nuts.
Gabe's really going after it.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. Getting some dark ivory. So this is kind of one of those spots where we want to start pulling the
Do
white
it.
back together.
Do it.
I'll use a little bit of caramel brown, which is the mix. So, and notice that I'm painting white armor, but I'm not actually using white. I'm using dark ivory here.
Teachman is a warcaster for Crix. Or War Machine.
So one of the things I'm going to do here is I'm going to clean up around the spikes.
Warcaster McGee. Yeah. This is Crix Warcaster McGillicuddy. What 3D printer would you recommend for someone looking to get into it?
That's a Gabe question. I'm not very well versed in the 3D printer world.
I don't know. I mean, I have a used original AUG Saturn, which it's been working. I like it. It's cheap. I would say like if you're looking to get into it, it's a lot more work than you think it will be. And you need a lot of space to do it. And so I would say like I'm really glad that I bought a used printer to learn how to troubleshoot and put in the time to do it rather than spend a ton of money on a printer that might work fine for a bit, but then when it breaks I won't really know how to do it. And I mean, not that it'll break, but like it can be a very expensive hobby because there's so many little things you'll need, like, oh, you need this strainer and you need a specific like rolls of I bought rolls of like microfiber cloths so I don't scratch the FEP. Your FEP is going to break. You have to buy new stuff you're going to need. You don't want to spend 2 hours changing the FEP. You'll probably want a screwdriver that, you know, is electric but has a really soft pressure so you don't over tighten. Like, there's so many different things that you might need that you won't know. And so I would recommend starting with a, like, what I think considered a really good printer, but maybe just a little bit older. So like a AUG Saturn or Mars, I've heard are good. I wouldn't go with like a cheap third party that's new. I would just go with a like solid company you know of and get a used one that's older, and try it out, see if it's something you're even into. Washing and curing station. I have an AUG 2-in-1, which not 2-in-1. It's the separate. They're separated. The non 2-in-1. That's what I meant. That's super nice to be able to wash in one and then move it to the other. Just have them be separated. Yeah. Mars are really good. It also depends on how big of the thing that you're wanting to print. You can always print them in pieces, but then and then you're gonna get into like, figuring out what kind of resin you want to use and testing all that stuff. There's so many different things to where, if you're just trying to figure out if it's something you're interested in, I would do that. At least for resin. If you're looking to do filament for like terrain and stuff, I've heard a lot of good things about bamboo, I think is what it's called. And then there's one that's really big and I can't remember the name of it. I'm not sure, but those are also same kind of deal. I'd find a model that maybe is a little bit older. Filament printers are a lot harder though, and I wouldn't print models with them. I think you'll have a harder time fighting with the filament printer to print models that you're happy with than if you just go for a resin one and deal with the hassle of cleaning. Yes, Bamboo Labs has been getting good reviews. What's the other one, T. Schmidt? I can't remember what it's called. But it's like a must take. Like everyone gets one at some point. No, I don't think it's the Ender. Maybe it is Ender. I thought it was a different company. It was a different name. But yes, filament for terrain, must have. It got to do it. It's way too heavy on a resin printer, and or even just really large models that don't have too many bits and bobs. You could do on a filament printer, no problem. But if you're doing something small, like with what Jordan's painting right now, you'll just be fighting it constantly. You'll be setting the trying to fight with the settings to maximize. I had a buddy who would print Warhammer stuff, or not Warhammer, D&D miniatures with a filament printer, and they came out good. But he wasn't ever really happy with it, so he was constantly fighting his printer to like make it be better, and he just couldn't ever get it. So he eventually just like, you know what? I'm buying a resin printer. We're doing it. And that was when back when resin printers were not brand new, but definitely not the what they are now, Yeah,
they're much more accessible now than they used to be.
Right, yeah, and the time to print on a filament printer is pretty rough. So the way that the filament printer works is just a lot more fiddling. You don't have to worry about fumes. So
yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. Chuck, you like the rotating producer? Who's next? I might go back to normal with Jen and Jason back in the office. But we are having some chats about maybe switching it up on producer to kind of spread who you guys get to hang out with. Just fun times. For the fumes, like I said, I have mine in my garage. And then people will do like those. There are some printers that I know have like a contained airflow. Those get really expensive. Or you can do those like tents that you zip up and have a airflow out a window or something. So, yeah, filament too. Normal, yes, no such thing here. Schlebby is helping out with fulfillment. She's fulfilling some store orders. We're getting a lot more stores on board, and so might be able to check with a store near you if they maybe have not had acrylic that they may be starting to get it. They've asked for it, so yeah, Chuck. I mean, hey, if you're here in Arizona and you stop on by, I'm sure we could set you up and you just hang out, stream.
Talking about Chuck producing?
So Game Delay said, go to Arizona, produce a show. I wouldn't come this time of year. It's pretty bad.
It's fine.
It sucks.
It sucks.
It's just like walking outside and feeling like you open the oven. but you're just like in the oven now.
That is kind of accurate.
Do you know, like when you open the oven,
That
at
really
first,
is an
and you
accurate
don't
way.
like move your like, because you're supposed to like open the oven, like keep your head off to the side so you don't get burned, but it's like opening the oven and just getting that wave of heat, and you're like, oh, that's what it feels like going outside. Flapjack says, I keep mine in a grow tent, planning on sticking it in a closet within the next month or two, so it's out of my bedroom. Yeah. Jordan said it's 11 billion degrees. It's true. We're burning right now.
It is 11 billion degrees. Listen to me.
Live in the realm of fire. It is 110 today.
Oh God.
I think. Might be. 110, but no humidity.
Still sucks.
So. Oh, there's a chance of light rain though.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, 60%. So there is humidity. JK. 100% humidity. 32% humidity.
You're like 100% humidity. That sucks.
That's raining.
Mm-hmm.
It is 103 right now. And the low this next week is really nice. The low this next week gets down to 82.
You mean that low that I'm not going to experience because I'm going to be in freaking DC?
It's going to be 82 as a low.
Gabe, enjoy it.
Keep in mind for ventilation, if you want the air to move out, there has to be a place for the air to come into, such a hose, fan out of a printer hood, but no intake. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those printers.
Sunny 76 sounds great.
Hey, Gabe, you should look at the temperatures in DC for those of us who are going to Nova next month.
Runan says, so
week.
you would think that 100% humidity would require rain. It does not. That's funny. What'd you say?
I said you should check on the weather in DC for next week, so we can either be really happy or really sad.
Let's see. We can do guess that weather.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Don't look at it before
they're gonna look it up. They're gonna
Mm.
cheat. Chat's gonna cheat.
I bet you it's gonna be rainy. Actually, it's not really that time of year. It's probably gonna be sunny. And nice.
Sunny. And pretty hot.
How hot is pretty hot?
Relatively hot. Looks like the high on like between 86 and 89.
With how much humidity?
Right now it's 30% to 40%.
That's a decent amount of humidity.
Yeah. Not fun. 82. Close 80s. Yes. Kind of high 80s. So in the old machine shop, it'd get as high as 132 degrees with 80+% humidity. You literally start dying. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. You have a new employee here who used to work at a graveyard here in Arizona. He would have to dig holes in the Arizona heat. Have you ever seen the movie Holes? Now do that for real while it's 110.
Wait, it was literally his job?
I think it's part of what he did.
Oh, jeez.
Dig holes.
That sounds like not something that I would enjoy doing.
Dig it up, boom, dig it. Yeah, because you can't like. I don't think you can like get a machinery to do that because you're not like gonna be driving machinery over graves.
I mean,
you know.
I guess that makes some amount of sense.
I think it makes a lot of sense. But then would that mean that they dig it by hand? That's crazy.
Right?
I'll have to ask him about that.
Right?
Or is it like
that's what I'm like?
Was it like those old school?
It sounds crazy.
Or is it like those old school playground things where you are sitting in the chair and you like lean it back and you gotta like arms? You know what I'm talking about?
It might be one of those. Yeah. Oh, like the little yeah. Because they got the motorized smaller versions of those.
I think it's a really tiny excavator. 86 to 89 does sound delightful. It sounds way better than the surface of the sun that we are currently dealing with.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. White armor's almost done, folks. It's almost done. Grabbing out the ivory. Now that we're done with the dark ivory. Do a little bit of mixing here.
Automaton, nice.
So it's not quite as stark.
It's crazy. There's a hallway that leads over to the side of the building, and if you go literally like straight shot down the hallway, like you shot a bullet down the hallway, it goes right through production, through a door that there's people working in production, and they have the door open over there. This is like probably 100 to 200 feet. Like it's
not 200 feet.
It's 100 feet.
It's probably not even 100 feet.
I think it's 100 feet.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
I don't think so.
I think so.
No way.
Yeah, I think it is.
75. I'd probably give it to you.
I think that it is
Sub 100.
100.
Sub 100.
I think it's 15 of me.
15 of you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right? But in that perspective, I'm 6'3"
From where you're sitting or from the door?
from the wall.
From the wall of this.
The whole hallway, all the way down. I think if I laid down 15 times,
No, not at all.
I think so.
No, I think it would be like maybe 10 of you.
I think it'd be 15.
Maybe 10, 11 of you. Not 15. No way.
Regardless,
We'll find out later, and then we'll
resuming my story. It's long, but because of the way the hallway is shaped, it's like a chamber of noise. So
It is.
if they're talking at like a regular, not regular, but like semi-loud voice,
We can hear him.
you can hear it like
We can hear him right
crystal
now.
clear, crystal clear. Yep. 100 feet, a lot of toes to try and not step on. But I like how last week Jason and Jordan were all like, "Send us your resume, Chuck. Move to Arizona." And the Arizona native is all, "This is like hell's furnace." Yes. See, it feels that way now, but we have the best winter of any state, hands down. I will fight that fight.
I will fight that.
We have the
fight.
best winter. It is so nice.
What if you like snow?
Americans will use any unit of measurement other than metric. How long is the hallway? 15 Jabes. Yes. So my wife, she has a habit of
Okay, be careful.
when she, no, I've told her this is something that I make fun of her for all the time. She has a habit of when we're driving, and I've asked her, "Can you give me directions?" She uses units of measurement to tell me how far away I need to turn, and not, hey, you have 2 miles.
It's like 12 dogs.
It's no. She says like you have 2.3 miles. I'm like, okay, that's not helpful. Give me like you have about 2.5 miles. Whatever. The real problem comes when it's short distances, to where I'm in a neighborhood and need to make a turn, and she's like, "You're turning in 200 feet," and I'm going 40 miles an hour. 200 feet in 40 miles an
like 5
hour
seconds.
is
8
right
seconds.
now. It's You are turning now. Instead of, hey, looking at the map going, your next right, or after that light. It's like, no, you have 0.17 miles. I'm like, I don't know how far 0.17 miles is. Unfortunately, I do not compute on how long that distance is sitting here in my car trying to drive. It is the most infuriating thing ever as a driver for someone to say you need to turn in 400 feet, because I don't know how far that is. I'm sorry.
We'll see. If Gabe was right about it being more than 100 feet,
Yeah.
or more than 15 Gabes, which I think is more than 100 feet.
Yeah, one musician wrote a tiny jingle where he's saying, "Dear Apple Maps, I do not know what 1,000 feet is." Yes, exactly. Game delay. Why are you shooting at people in production, Gabe? Because I can. Uh, and because I will. Game really says I heard someone say that October is when most people in Arizona go from being too hot to being smug. Yes. What about all the oldster snowbirds that come from Chicago, clog traffic in the winter? It's honestly okay, but we also compare like I look at comparison of traffic of like us versus California. California traffic is abysmal. You can't get anywhere. Our traffic is consolidated between the hours of 7 and 9 and then 4 and 6. That's really the only time we ever have traffic. Other than that, unless it's a big event there or tons of road work, it is no traffic. And so everyone gets angry about the traffic during the morning times because it's just longer to get to work. But it really, in comparison, it is not bad. I think it's because of the big ups and downs of like during summer when school's out and everybody's not here. It's great. It's like driving to work is a dream. There's literally no traffic. Like when I say no traffic, I mean like I'm going 70 the entire way for a half hour on the freeway.
Yep.
And then once it gets cold, everyone's here, and it's like, okay, now there's actually traffic. So I would just say that it goes from no traffic to there being traffic for those times. Give us your resume, Chuck. The odds of being shot by Gabe are eh. It's true. You get on my bad side. I've got a Nerf gun with your name on it. Teach me, Gabe, I don't advocate replacing your wife, but a phone holder for your car while you're mapping might help your navigation. So yes, I have one.
Comma.
There are times where my wife insists I want to help you get this place.
Wait, actually?
Sometimes it's been happening less now that I have that phone thing. But sometimes I'm like in the car already and I'm like ready to go and I don't want to pull out my phone and do it while I'm driving. And normally I do. She does not like that. And so she'll pull it up on her phone, which is a problem because you can't just she won't hand it to me to put it on the car. It's a thing. It happens very rarely now that I have this fantastic tool that they have created called a phone holder, so my wife doesn't have to give me directions. I personally, this is going to be a lot. I think I'm fantastic at giving directions. I might put myself up there as one of the best. I feel like I'm very good at giving directions when I'm a passenger. We could go anywhere. I think I would crush it with a real map. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
What time is it?
It's real weird, isn't it?
2:52.
Yeah, it's almost on time.
Well, shoot.
That silly little light just keeps on doing it.
Where's the remote for it?
Over there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sucks, doesn't it? Do you want me to go turn it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Christopher, fix it. I give directions based on. Is it a real map like paper? Yes. I know. I'm 7 years old. And you changed the color of my thing.
Yep.
I want to do purple.
That looks nice.
Yeah. Real paper. Real map. I don't know what MapQuest is. I mean, I know what MapQuest is. I've never had to deal with MapQuest before. Oh, I was about to go vegan last week, but then I realized it would have been a big mistake.
That's man. Glad Jason's not here because he would have hated that one. Gabe and I have a taste for these sort of things.
T. Schmidt, I started driving. I got my license.
Not that long ago.
In 2015.
That's terrifying.
Got my driver's license. Full driving on the road, 2015. I did pass my exam on 420. And I had my license to prove it. But then I had to get a new driver's license because Arizona's like, you need to flip it. We're not going to give you a flipped one when you're 16, but then we'll flip it. Silly.
Silly gooses.
Anyone who can navigate with paper is thumbs up, thumbs up. I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could crush it. Yeah, I'm like, all right, you take a left at this light, and then after that, you're gonna want to get in the left lane because you're gonna need to take a left. You got to get people prepared, man. Like, hey, take a right at the stop sign, but then you're gonna need to get in the left lane, not right away because you have a couple lights you got to go through, but you will have to get in the left lane. People don't do that.
I do that.
My wife does not. My wife does not do that. She says in 500 feet you need to take a left, and I'm in the far right lane. Like, okay, I have 500 feet, and I'm going 40 miles an hour, but I also have to change lanes. We're missing it. Yeah, we should do that. Jordan,
what are we doing?
We are going to both become rally car. You're going to become a rally car driver. I'll be your co-pilot, and I'll be calling out all your turns.
Oh,
We're doing this.
Great.
We start tomorrow. Quit your job. We're both quitting. We're going to go be rally car drivers.
What do you think Jason would say?
Hey, Jason.
If we were both like, Gabe and I are going to go become rally drivers.
Yeah, and we're taking Christopher with us.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Just gut the man.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason, Jordan and I are becoming rally car drivers, and actually, you're coming with us. This has already been decided for.
Yeah, we're also taking Jason.
Yeah, you're coming with Jason. Game Delay lived in Hungary for 2 years. First thing you did in every new city back then was buy an atlas for the city or region. I read about atlases in my history books.
Jeez. That's dark. That's freaking dark.
I'm sorry.
Game Delay, you gonna take that from this guy?
Yikes.
You gonna take that from Gabe? I think you should stand up for yourself and not take that kind of crap from this man.
Team Empty Wallets Racing. Essentially.
I'm not part of Empty Wallets. That wouldn't be Empty Wallets. You'd have to sub me out for Phil, and then it would be Team Empty Wallets.
Yeah, we contract you.
I'm a contractor for Empty Wallets.
The whole book of maps back then was just Here Be Dragons. Yes. A book of maps. Imagine.
Man, I used to think Dr. Pepper was good.
Here's what you're saying about his atlas, and he shrugs.
Oof. Excuse me, Diet Dr. Pepper. Not so good.
No. You know what? Kyle needs to be put under publicly. Kyle asked for Diet Dr. Pepper, which nobody drinks but him. And every single dang time, it's the last soda in the fridge. And so everyone's going, well, it's almost Dr. Pepper, so I'm going to drink it. And then people drink it. And he goes, see, people want to Diet Dr. Pepper. And I said, no, nobody wants Diet Dr. Pepper. We power through it because it's almost Dr. Pepper, and it's not great.
It really is not. Not my favorite. Not my favorite, folks.
Jen told us not to give you all a hard time about calling us old anymore. Jen told you not to give us a hard time?
Well, yeah.
Wow, she's giving us free reign. She's told you guys that you can't retaliate. Wow.
They were laying it on pretty hard the other day.
About what? About how we're so young?
No. About me making an old joke.
Oh.
And they were laying it on a little heavy. And Jen was like, we're going to stop with that.
Ah.
Put the kibosh on it.
Kibosh.
Mm-hmm. I still don't know what color I'm going to do for this freaking hair.
Technically, that was Jordan. If Gabe picks a fight with Gen X, it's probably open season again. It's okay.
I didn't pick a fight with nobody. I just said a thing and probably wish that I hadn't said the thing. Yep.
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 I know what I said. I know what I was opening up for.
And we're leaving it at yep.
Oh, yep.
All right. Yep. That's right. Yep.
Sounds like a great deal for Kyle. That's all I'm saying. And he just like, and then we're like, Kyle, how many of these have you had? That's a whole flat. And he's like, 2 of them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody wants this stuff, dude.
Bring your own.
BYO Diet Dr. Pepper because no one wants it. Disgusting.
If you're the only one who wants this thing, we should not be getting it. I know we're trying to accommodate.
Guys, so what did you think about Christopher's hair, huh? Did you guys talk about that?
Pretty wild, to be honest.
Pretty insane. Pretty crazy. See, I told Christopher, as a dear friend of yours, I would like to be there when you get your haircut. And you know what he didn't do?
Invite you?
He didn't invite me.
To be fair, I don't really think he knew that he was getting his haircut that day.
He absolutely knew. Oh, I'm going to my parents to move some furniture around? Liar. You're getting your haircut. Yeah, right? Right, Chance? Shocked. Absolutely shocked.
Wait, is that Chance?
Yeah, load of brunch.
Hey, you know what?
He did tell me about the Hornet, which, very funny. His mom said that he was overreacting.
You're a great guy, and I just have to tell you that you deserve better than getting beat up by that piece of junk out there. I heard about your games last night. You're a wonderful person. Screw that Christopher guy out there.
Yeah.
You deserve better.
Stupid Giants.
Stupid Giants.
Stupid Giants.
Just had to let that one out. It's been simmering for a minute.
Game delay. Lord of Brunch is the one I was talking to you about at Gen Con that has a 5e. And I wouldn't even say 5e anymore. It's not a homebrew. It's like its own thing now. But if you're interested in trying out that thing I was talking to you about, talk to Lord of Brunch. The role play game system. Frankenbrew. Dude, I wouldn't even call it a Frankenbrew anymore. It's literally like it's its own deal now. It is morphed over the years. When it first started, I would have said homebrew. And then you made some more changes and I was like, okay, yeah, Frankenbrew. And now it's like, no, this is just the brew.
This is just the brew.
This is just the brew, which is what we called it. Way back when.
How long have you guys been running this thing?
I mean, we've been playing D&D together for like 7 years, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. It's been a long time. I just got out of high school.
Jesus.
So
don't say that anymore. Don't say that anymore, Gabe. Don't say it anymore.
I did. That's what it was.
Don't say that anymore, Gabe.
I don't want to pretend I have time to actually play it at the moment, but I do love reading new rule sets. Fall 2017. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. So 7 years. 7 years we've been playing. 3.5, 2 years of it. I said we played 5th edition. And then after playing 5th edition, no, longer than that. Because there's 2 full campaigns. So like 4 or 5 years of 5th edition. And then we switched to what we now call the brew. The brew.
The brew has been
Chuck says, "Oh boy, Jordan sees it coming." What did you guys do to Jordan?
It was rough.
What did you guys say to him? I mean, yeah.
It was rough.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, dang.
It was bad enough that Jen was like, "We're done."
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, geez.
Wasn't great.
Well, that time, guys, I was just associating timelines for myself. That's what he did to us. That's what he said to us, Jabe. Oh, gosh. Okay. I'll rephrase it. What did you do to them, Jordan?
I didn't do anything.
What did you do?
Screw those guys. Screw them. I'll keep on teaching them how to paint, though, because I like them.
Yeah. Relentlessly brought up that he was calling us old. Oh, like anything you said, they'd be like, "Are you calling us old?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, for such old people, it was a very young thing to do. Very childish thing to do.
It's kind of funny. You calling us old? Yesterday I was riding my bike. Are you calling us old? That's pretty rough.
To be fair,
That's tough.
I didn't actually know how old he was.
That's tough.
I
That's
thought
funny,
he could have been anywhere between 45 and 55, 65.
Just okay. We're stopping. No more. But that's funny. I will say that.
No more. Jordan, stop.
Okay. What I will say is, I have been realizing that I think things are a lot older than they really are. Like, my brain is still in like I'm 7 years old, and this thing that's like as a 7-year-old, like you're certain ages just like that's an old age, but then you become
you become close to that age and you go,
you start getting older, and then you still feel like you're a child, and you're like, I can do all these things. See, I think it's because, at least myself, I've not hit that age yet where like age is starting to kick me down, like pain of weird aches and things like that, to go, oh man, like I'm getting older. Even now, like I was thinking about it the other day.
Honestly, it starts when you're at like my age.
It's
like 30 is like the cutoff for that to start happening.
I still view things like I did growing up. I'm like, I can't just like go jump a fence anymore. That's part of that is just I need to go work out. But like I can't do that the same way I used to, you know? I used to go outside and ride my bike 4 hours. We would run around 4 hours. I cannot do that.
You know who can? Chuck.
I cannot.
Chuck can do that.
Chuck could ride his bike around for hours.
Chuck's a madman.
None of us are truly old. We all play with toy soldiers. Exactly. And that's what makes us, that's what combines us.
Love you too, chat. 30 is for sure the cutoff. It started look, before I turned 30, I was fine.
Yeah.
After I turned 30, I wake up and my feet hurt.
Yeah. I was
like, I'll get up out of bed and it like hurts to walk for like a minute when I walk to the bathroom. It's weird.
Yeah. I will say that I'm hitting that time now. I'm sure everybody did at one point, of like realizing that these professional athletes that are on TV are younger than me now. When growing up, you're like, oh, those are adult people like playing the sport, and it's like,
no, they're actually very young.
You know, this player, 20 years old. I'm like, holy crap! What was I doing when I was 20? Being an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these people are traveling to a different country to compete against the world.
Chuck, could you say that you could ride your bicycle?
I would say that Chuck could ride his bicycle.
Can you ride your bicycle?
Yeah, like, look, I'm 30 and like...
Yeah, to be fair,
31.
When you're young, everyone looks old. There's also a weird thing where the opposite happens. I drove by this child who seemed to dress very adult, and only then did I realize they were high school age.
Yeah. Like, I forget.
Jade,
that's a little weird.
Jade, I love it. I love it. Jade said, oh, I am old. I'm in my crone phase and proud of it. That's awesome. I love it. That's so fun. Me going to school, archaeology is going to be awesome. At 4 years old, digging holes all day, having to hike into the site. WTF was I thinking? Yeah.
Bet you're in decent shape, though, if you're having to do all that. That's upside, right? There's something?
Ghost Hunter said, the new Crix minis in today's War Machine update are spooky and cool.
Are they actually, like, miniature photography of minis? I've been waiting for that. I know they're coming out at the end of the month, so I knew it was coming out soon. I'm gonna have a bunch of mechanithrals and stuff to paint here shortly. Gabe, you might like those a lot. They're very cool.
Panic bomb. I'm at the point where people who are old enough to drink look like children. Yes. Video game archaeologist said, "I don't maintain my shape, Jordan. So every job is a crash course in getting fit again."
Ooh, okay.
Ghost Hunter said, "Nope, renders."
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Oh, well then these must be new stuff. Because they've shown a ton of renders already of a bunch of stuff. So this might just be brand new stuff that they haven't even talked about yet, which is very exciting.
Your brain automatically translates WTF but not LOL. Like people say LOL and not LOL, but everyone in their brain doesn't say the full thing.
So here's the thing, right? WTF is a phrase, right? What the F, right?
Yeah.
Whereas LOL, nobody says laugh out loud. They just do it. It's a thing, like a gesture, right? So
Lol.
it's a thing that people do that you don't verbalize it in your head because you acknowledge it as somebody laughing, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
Me and my friends were at that time where saying lol wasn't cool. So it was cool to say LOL.
Oh, yeah, lol.
I know, LOL.
Yeah. Never did the LOL thing.
Yeah.
Well, always lol for me. But we also grew up at very different like eras,
and different places
of school. Yeah. Hey, kick. Video game archaeologist. That is an astute observation. Thank you. You know, it's amazing. Sometimes I'm a real idiot and I say things that I definitely don't mean. And then other times I occasionally come up with something that is well thought out. a man of culture, I see. I'm gonna be honest, this model's pretty sweet.
Cool looking dude. Cool looking duder.
Not a dude, actually.
Cool looking girl.
Dudette? Yep.
Dudette. I just looked up celebrities who are 46. Andy Samberg, James Franco, Ashton Kutcher, Ludacris, Tom Hardy, Donald Trump Jr., Bill Hader, Keaton Thompson, the president of Ukraine.
The president of Ukraine.
That was a ride.
Interesting.
Quick question. Does the satin finishes look really dramatically different when used with the regular matte finishes, I'm assuming you're meaning?
So they're definitely noticeable. It's pretty subtle. Some are worse than others. Or I say worse. It's not worse. Some are more satin than others. Our satins tend to be closer to what people would typically expect matte to be, just because our matte paints are so freaking flat that, you know, the comparison is a little bit skewed, right? If you go look at, you know, Games Workshop, or you look at Vallejo, or you look at any of these other paints, like these are not hyper matte paints. They have a little bit of sheen to them, and our satin finish paints are closer to those. Our gloss paints are more of what you would consider with a satin, right? Because true gloss is like really, really reflective. It's actually like really reflective. So when there's a whole spectrum between that like super duper reflective and just like completely nothing, right? And our paints are super matte as a whole. There are some that are a little less so. Some things like our royal purple tends to be a little bit more satin, and that just has to do with the nature of the pigments and how they interact with the mattifying agents that we use. But our satin paints are definitely closer to a matte than they are to a gloss. They're definitely not right in the middle. Because like if anybody's ever used golden high flow acrylics, those are satin. And those things are super shiny. That's why you switch to Pro Curl. The matte finish is so crisp. Yeah, it works really, really good. And we're going to have, you know, the matte varnish we're going to have here shortly, which will allow you to mix into your paint to get even more matte finish on some of the colors that, you know, you might want to be a little bit more matte. And blendability is off the charts. Yeah, I mean, heck, that's why we formulate the paint from as few pigments as we can, is so that they mix really dependably.
Yep. All right, what's next?
What's next on this?
The hair?
The hair. We gotta do the hair.
Do it.
We gotta do the hair.
I think you should dry brush the hair.
No.
I think that's what you should do.
It's really small. It's gonna work better
really
if I paint it, I think. But I also don't know what color I'm gonna do it. I also need to do this little tabard thing. I was thinking about doing that plum. I kind of like that. It's like a plum. Or like a violet maybe would be kind of cool. I don't know. It's kind of tough.
Purple.
These
Yeah, like
definitely
that.
look like they fit though.
Yeah, like, well, do the purple that guy's got.
That's because they're this man's Signar Jacks.
Yeah, but what if you use the same purple for their accent, her accent colors?
No.
You said this man's as in Jason's.
Yeah, his
Right.
Signar are exactly that recipe of color.
Okay, I see.
Because he's got a broken.
I'd imagine she had hair like Christmas sushi, but then she got it cut without telling her close friend and coworker. Yes, exactly. He just sent me. Okay, going back to that, so I can put him putting under the water again. He sent me just a picture of a Trader Joe's bag, which is paper bag, like grocery paper bag, full of hair. That's all he sent me.
Oh my gosh!
All he sent me, and I said, "What are you talking about?
What happened?
What did you do? Send me pictures." He did tell me about the wasp that got caught in his hair, and then
what?
Yeah, he was swimming. The whole thing started because he was swimming, and he went under the water, and he came back up, and he felt something like flying in his hair, and it was a wasp that got caught, and so he started freaking out trying to get a wasp out of his hair that was stuck, and it apparently tangled up a ton, which then we talked to his mom about. It was really funny because she's like, "Yeah, he was overreacting." Just hilarious.
That's awesome.
If you think that there's nobody else in the world like Christopher, you're wrong. Because
it's his mom.
His mom, and together they are hilarious. That's where Chris gets all of his humors from his mom.
I have to meet her to witness
she's
this.
So funny. They give each other so much crap. So then he's like, "Well, I knotted it super bad, so I might cut it." He's been thinking about it anyways, and then he did, but he didn't tell me. He told me he was thinking about it and that he was taking ideas, and then just one day he sent me a picture, and I said, "Suck." I wanted to be there for the whole thing. 'Cause he said they were gonna do something funky, like full mullet, and like do some funny haircuts, you know.
I need you to go get a mullet, Christopher.
Would you mind showing a normal GW model, like a Space Marine, next to a Heavy Jack for size comparison?
Yeah. Is it okay if it's a Primaris Space Marine? I have one handy. Next to a Warjack?
Yeah. A Heavy Jack.
Heavy Jack. So, that's a heavy.
With a Primaris.
With a Primaris, yeah. This is from the Leviathan box. Okay. And then, if you want like the super heavy big guys, yeah, the older Marines are definitely smaller. We should have some around here. Give me one sec.
You know who would look great with a curly mullet? Jordan and Jabe. I don't have curly hair. I have very straight hair. Not even wavy. Very straight.
Okay. So here's a couple of references, right? So we have, this is just like a like Imperial guy. That's a Primaris Marine.
Is it perms or 4 baby? It's funny.
This is a 30k Marine. So you can tell the
Slightly different, yeah. Slightly taller.
yeah, a little taller. So if we were to compare that, still a decent size.
Gainley said, "Is there lore about the Marines getting bigger?" Also, do you know who would look good with a mullet? No, you don't.
As far as human to human size,
Is there lore about the Marines getting taller?
yeah, Primaris. Yeah, Primaris is a thing that they have lore for. They had to, otherwise people would be like, "Why the heck are these guys so big?"
Yeah, they kind of did that with Age of Sigmar too, with the new Stormcast.
Yeah, they did.
With the chamber, something chamber.
Are they that much bigger though?
I think so. I think they're slightly bigger. They're already pretty big though. Space Marines are already pretty. Not Space Marines.
Primaris.
Stormcast.
Or Stormcast, yeah.
Already pretty big.
These days, some big boys. What do you got going on today, Gabe? You just hanging out, relaxing for the rest of the night?
Yup.
Hanging out with some folks, maybe?
Yup. I've got small group.
Nice.
Small group. Hang out with Chris and Lord of Brunch.
Nice.
Yeah. But
You guys have a
Other than
wonderful
that-
evening.
other than that, might be playing that game that I've been playing. Fields of Mysteria. Mysteria.
Oh, nice.
I like it a lot. Very fun. You like Stardew, and I've been itching for something different that's also the same. You would like this game.
I think that's cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I will probably just go home, cook some dinner, and be angry at myself for not leaving my chicken out of the freezer again tonight because I keep on forgetting like a goofball. I bought it from Costco over the weekend, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna make some food, some chicken and rice, and some spaghetti.
Cannibalistic Zombie said, I'm definitely not stalling working on my Nova Open piece.
Well, you're running up against the deadline here.
Close. Gatorade said, how did you become Lord of Brunch? Do you have to wait for the previous Lord to die, or is it a title you get when you're the child of the Marquis of Salad?
Of the Marquis of Salad. That's great. That's actually awesome.
You're going to read some textbooks once you put your kids to bed. What kind of textbooks? Cannibalistic Zombie said, I'm like 78.96% done. Very specific amount.
80% is
No.
79.8.
No. 78.96.
Yeah.
You got to respect the amount.
I'm rounding up.
Got to respect the amount.
But even then, 78.96% done is still a little
It's a little close.
close, my friend.
A little close.
I
You got this,
encourage
though.
you to enjoy working on the last,
Archaeological
21.04%.
theory and something I don't understand. Pro books. ArcGIS. I don't know what that is. Sounds both interesting and something that would make me fall asleep very, very quickly. Admittedly, I paint really fast. I'm just jittery right now, so I don't want to paint and futz it up.
That's fair. That I can. That's fair.
Very jittery.
All right, let me see if I can get some eyeballs in here. Sorry, chat. This is going to be a little bit of a nightmare to show.
Once again, Jordan puts actually in front of funny when responding to one of my jokes. You're getting side eye from me, baby J.
Oh, jeez.
You know, that was actually funny. It's so terrible.
I apologize. That's actually kind of a mean way to say that.
Mike, is that you? Lord of Brunch is my 90s cover band.
No, that's Bud.
Oh, Bud. Mike changed his name so many times. I didn't know who.
Bud's always got the no name.
Okay, Bud's no name.
Yeah.
Okay. GIS, Geographical Information System, I think. Study geology, so not far off. Okay.
You have to eat the previous Lord of Brunch to gain the title. Oof.
It's funny.
All right, what do you think about that, Gabe? Kind of a happy medium with your purple idea.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's great.
Great.
Definitely not offended by Jordan's response. I like the funny things we say as people. True. We do say things funny.
I do have like a particular way that I respond to things.
I feel like all hobbits are Lord of Brunch. I would say that all hobbits are Lord of Second Breakfast. I think is my vote. Getting ready for board games. Have fun, Wad.
Bye, Wad. We'll see you tomorrow.
Kick their butts. Whenever I think of the 80s, my first thought is of a boombox. I'm disappointed in myself because that's just a stereotype. No.
Is boombox a stereotype, or is it just a iconic reference of the time?
No, a boombox is a stereo.
Oh,
You got. Nice. That's great.
Yikes. I can't even be upset.
Yes,
I got.
Yes.
I got fair and good. You guys delivered that one fair and square. I fell right into the trap.
One must be able to poach an egg to become Lord of Brunch. Ismail says, "What up, gents? Just want to say, just got a job after almost a year of being unemployed.
Oh,
Heck
geez.
yeah!
Heck yeah!
Congrats. What are you gonna be doing?
Probably can't tell us.
That's okay.
Because Ismail, you're the one who does all the movie stuff, right? It would be cool if you could tell us.
Oh, the one who did the like the eyes for Dune and stuff.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's cool though.
That's awesome. Yeah, can't say but movie stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Nice.
How about this? When you can tell us, let us know, so we can be like, that's
cool.
Awesome. That is me. Yes.
Cool. Can you tell us what studio it is? Because we so can you tell us because we know Marvel's making more Marvel movies, we know that. You're like, yeah, I'm doing a Marvel movie. That's just cool. Or
I mean, I imagine it's something kind of like that.
We got a raid from AC Miniatures.
Aaron, what's going on?
How's it going?
How are you? Hello, Raiders. Welcome. I hope you've had a wonderful stream. Gabe and I are here shooting the potatoes.
Shooting potatoes?
For lack of a more appropriate word.
What you been working on, Aaron?
You still working on that what's it called? The Norn Emissary?
Still the Norn.
Still the Norn? Nice.
So, funny thing is, Philip, who just chatted, was saying that he's like, I'm thinking about doing a Norn for my Adepticon entry for Golden Demon. And then he's like, and then I jumped into AC Miniature stream and went, nope, I'm not doing that. Because he thought that you were, or maybe you are also going to be doing it for Golden Demon, but didn't realize it was for
I think it's for
Nova.
Spiel.
Or Nova or Spiel?
I think it's for Spiel. I don't
something.
Aaron, you're not coming to Nova, are you? I don't think you
for
are.
Germany. Okay, yeah, Germany. Yeah. Oh, for Germany's Golden Demon. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so, there will be a Golden Demon at Spiel.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And then he was like, oh wait, he's doing it for a different show, so maybe I still will. But he didn't want to do a Norn, put it up against your Norn. It looks really good. It looks really, really good.
Yeah, Aaron, you would love Nova. I think it would be such a chill experience for you. It's definitely that kind of low-key painter hangout weekend is kind of the feel that I get from it a lot of the time.
You need to pick something for Golden Demon? I've picked mine. I've finally built it. I've not started it. It's not primed. Aaron says, yeah, I've been told a lot about it.
It's okay though, because I will get to see you in Germany in a couple weeks.
Ismail said it's a studio called Barnstorm. But I actually don't know yet, but it's probably network stuff. Okay. When I come visit, I'll let you guys in the office know. Ooh.
Oh dang.
Get the secrets. Secrets. And then be like, haha, chat, we know the secret. You don't get to know. And then we get yelled at.
And then we get yelled at.
Instead, you can find me among the 190,000 people. Yeah, that's crazy. My first show ever was Gen Con, which was super overwhelming for me. As a show, I've never been to a convention ever, other than like maybe a small one for like my old job, which is like IT stuff, boring. But yeah, very cool. Schmidt, I think I decided, but it's one of those back of the brain decisions that doesn't feel like a real decision. What are you gonna do? What have you decided on? Chuck, I've decided Golden Demon isn't for me, at least not yet. See, I was thinking the same thing, but I kind of just want to like have something. I've painted so many things for games because that's just I prefer. That's just how I got into it. But you know what? It'd be really cool to paint something and then just like put it up there and just like have this like fill just a self-improvement or just like have that deadline to be like,
just like say you did it too. You're like, I painted something and entered a Golden Demon.
I entered Golden Demon. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Chris?
Oh.
Yeah. Chuck, this is one of those cases of we're all doing it, you should too.
We're all doing it, you should too.
You know? I'm stoked. I'm stoked to be able to put something in that case. Like, look,
That'd be awesome.
I've entered for Golden Demon.
You think Jason's gonna finish his?
No.
I agree. That was an ambitious project.
He might.
I think it's one of those things that he would probably not do it until he saw that we were like seriously serious about it.
Yeah.
And then once we started getting like close to finishing our projects or like really involved in ours, he'd probably be like, "Oh crap, I probably should actually finish this." Because the only reason he would do it is if we all did it, right? That was kind of the whole thing. He was like, "Well, if you guys are all doing it, then I guess I'll do something."
Going to do Resin Beast. With all the conquests we bought, it'll be 2 birds, 1 stone situation. Nice. Yeah. Doing it, entering for the love of it, not for the result. Absolutely. Yep. That's how I feel. Because we all know I'll be at the bottom of that case.
Honestly, I don't know, man.
No, I'm kidding. I'm being silly. I'll be at the top for sure.
I'll be the top for sure.
I'm coming out of nowhere, guys. Slayer Sword. Here I come. Countless Zombies today. I found a book series I really like is picked up by Universal Studios for TV series.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Pop Chicken, I'd really love to go to a big con and put something in the big case someday. You will.
Believe it or not, the last time I did that was at Nova.
Really?
Yeah. See, the one and only time I've entered a big competition.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron. See ya. Have a great night.
Bye, Aaron. Much love. See you later. We most certainly will have a good stream. See you around. You still thinking about doing that banner guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. I am. I built it finally. It's all built.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I had it in half built for a while on my desk, and then I decided one day to just build it. I was also trying to get all my old world stuff together so I can sell it.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'll just do this too. I'll build this. I did the Gen Con painting competition for my first one. It was a chill competition, but still intimidating. Yeah.
It always is. I think the problem is when you get into a situation where you are expecting a particular result. If you're just doing it, you know, and it's difficult, right? Because it's hard for somebody to just say, well, just don't worry about it as much. It's like, well, you worry about it as much as you worry about it. I would just say that if you can assuage any of your concern or anxiety about it by just saying like, hey, look, I did my best going into this competition, and even if I don't do super well, I will learn a lot from the experience, and I will take that into the next project that I paint. Because like anytime you paint something to that level, you always learn stuff. It's always a growth experience. So it's never like you're never getting nothing out of it, right? All that effort to put into that piece, you get two things. One, you get an awesome looking piece, so you get to take home. Two, well, I guess technically you get three things. Two, you get all of the experience and learning that you have gained over the course of doing the project and finishing it to that level. And then also getting the feedback. Some don't do feedback, but a lot of them do. And depending on who's judging it, you may get better feedback than others. But in general, even feedback from random people is still really good. You can learn stuff from it. Jade, the funny thing about that is you're standing in line, and other people were freaked out when they heard how much time you had been painting.
Yeah.
It has very little to do with how long anybody's been painting. Like, I have said this many times before, in that if you truly dedicated all of your free time to getting good at painting from basically nowhere, like if you had just like painted casually for games, like if we took Gabe, like, right, Gabe is a painter who paints for fun, paints for games.
Gabe is a painter who can put paint on things.
No, I think you're a solid painter.
Gabe puts paint on plastic.
But you
paints.
don't do like fancy painting.
No.
You don't paint like that.
No.
And that's okay.
You saying I'm a bad painter, Jordan? Jeez,
No,
man.
I did not say that.
Oh.
You have a different skill set.
It's true.
You have a different skill set.
Yep.
And if you were to practice for like, I don't know, a year
straight. You mean
straight,
I can't be good just right out of the gate?
That's not how that works.
I can't just be amazing, but I am. I'm amazing.
Well, if you're amazing now, then yeah.
I'm amazing.
Oh, God. Gabe. You're killing me.
It's too easy, man. You just like, it's you're tossing softballs and I'm hitting dingers. That's what's happening.
You're tossing softballs, I'm hitting dingers. What? Ding! Ding, ding. Oh, my gosh. Ugh. That would be nice. It'd be nice to throw something in a case for once in a really long time.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of painting competitions where everyone's like, "Why didn't you paint something and enter it?" Happened to me last year at Nova so much. Literally everybody who I was talking to, like all of my friends, they were like, "Why didn't you paint something and enter it?" And I'm like, "Well, for one, we're sponsoring the painting competition, and I work for the company. Not a great look for somebody to go in there when they're, regardless of how well I think I could do. It's not a good look. It's not appropriate, as it were."
Humble Hero said, on a small scale, just entered my first model competition at my local store and loved it. Didn't win, but now I have an amazing model I show off to people and have had a great time seeing everyone else's. Checks out. I'll still enter something at Adepticon. Resident Beast probably. Definitely Catalyst if they do a BattleTech competition.
If they do a BattleTech something, you should definitely do that.
That's
the like thing, right up your alley.
Okay, that is the one thing, Chuck, that I'll give you. I'll give you is because Golden Demon is Warhammer only. And I feel like whenever we talk, you don't ever talk about Warhammer. Maybe you play Warhammer. I don't think you do.
Oh, he doesn't.
You don't play Warhammer. So it's like I get it. You don't really want to paint Warhammer. You want to paint BattleTech, which would be sick if they had a BattleTech competition.
Okay, so here's the other problem with Gen Con. We also were facilitating prizes for Gen Con.
Yeah.
That I coordinated with the person running the event.
Yeah.
Definitely not okay.
Yeah.
Like, even if somebody explicitly told me that I was okay to do it, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be comfortable with it.
Yeah, it just feels weird.
It feels weird. The nice thing about the Games Workshop one is I am in no way involved with that.
Yep.
At all.
Nope. Even
remotely. So I can paint that up and not even have to worry.
The thing is, I'm hesitant to buy a big, old, expensive model for a game I won't play. That's fair.
Cannibalistic Zombie. I do have one question. Do I need a plinth for my miniature, or should I just have it on its sculpted base? Okay, so it depends on what you're trying to do. If you are painting for a competition, it is a good idea to have your model on a base, on a plinth. And I will say this for a couple of reasons. One, a base is round, and the problem with plinths and round plinths and round miniature bases is that when something is put in the case, it's not always put in at the right angle of how you painted it to be displayed. All of the models that you paint for a competition like that, you're painting for a very particular angle generally. It has a lot of interesting things at all, like sides, but it has a focal point that you're painting it from. And the problem with the circular base is the people who are putting it in the case either don't care or don't know, and they're just going to put it in some random way. So
this is like insider good. Like,
this is some meta stuff.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
To put it on a square base so that it's easier to tell where the front is.
It frames it, right? They go, oh, this is obviously the front, and they square it up against the frame, the glass. So if you have a very obvious front of the miniature, you're going to get a better result from fan voting. You're going to get a better result from judges who are looking through the glass. It's not as big of a deal if a judge is holding the model in person. But even then, when you're holding it in person, right? If you have a square or rectangular base and have a very obvious front, they are looking at it at the angle that you intended for them to look at it, right? So you get a lot of benefit from that. So I personally really like square and rectangular plinths.
Cannibalistic Zombie, if you go to, I don't know where you are located, but if you're saying hardware store, if you're talking about like Ace or Home Depot or something, you could just go to the lumber section and get a piece and have them cut it. Or if you have like a legit like lumber yard somewhere, I bet you they have scrap wood that maybe has cool knots or something like that in it, and then you can go get like a cool finish from like a Home Depot or something that's either got like a cool like kind of something to bring out the grain or to give it like a cool texture. You could do that.
Cajun Hoosier, thank you. Just have to say thank you for taking the time at Gen Con and for looking at some pictures and giving me color recommendations. You are so very welcome. It is a pleasure to be able to have the opportunity to do that and help you out.
What about like an octagon or hexagon plinth? Would you get the same effect but have a more interesting base to work with than square?
I think if you're going to do a plinth, it should be square or circular.
You basically want to give the like, because if it's a square, there's no question that the front of it is the front and the sides are the sides and the back is the back, unless you set it weird. But if it's the more sides you give it, the more people are going to want to square it off on certain things, and it's not going to using oval would also be a good one.
Here's an example, right? So
because it's got that, this
is a painted model, and you'd go, I think this is probably the angle, but it could be this, it could be this, you know, it depends on the specifics of like how you want it angled. If I have a base that's like this, you know that this is the front.
Yeah. But right? If it was a hexagon, even like turn it so that the corner's facing you,
right?
They might think that could be the front.
Correct.
Or so like it really like no like world.
That's pretty obviously not.
Yeah. And in no world
this could be the front.
Yeah. And if you go full side to the one of the sides, like, you know, that's not the side they wanted. There's no world in which that is, but it could be that or it could be that. And so you're still giving them more options.
Correct. This, you're like, this is what this is supposed to look like.
And Jay just said an oval would also be a good one too.
Oval helps, but even then you can get it pivoted a little bit. It's a little weird sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really odd. The other part is you also want to pick something that works really well with the form and the shape of the miniature, right? Do I have a good example here? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let me pull out Reach really quick. So, like, Reach is a great example of a circular plinth working really well.
Yeah.
Right? Because it doesn't really matter what angle that this gets placed in a case at, it looks good. And that's just a factor of the sculpt, right? The sculpt is created in such a way that, I mean, obviously they're not going to put it with the dude's butt hanging out, right? But if it's like here, you're looking at it, that's pretty good. If you're looking at it here, it's pretty good as well. Most people try and open it up so you get the most kind of, how do I describe this? The best silhouette of the model, right? So this is a bad example of a good silhouette. If you think about a model as completely black against a white background, right? So like here, right? Or here's an even better example. So you want the most descriptive silhouette that you can find. So this is a fantastic silhouette because you have a lot of form. You see the arms, you see the leg. Everything is nicely separated. It's got good spacing. This is a spectacular angle to shoot a miniature from.
How tall should a plinth?
That's a good question. I would say we're getting into really nitty gritty about like competition painting stuff, but it's good timing for that. Nova's coming up
on Nova, yeah.
So for example, this plinth is technically way too big for this base. The only reason I decided to go with a big plinth is because I'm doing more of a diorama, right? I have these characters in the front that are getting beat up. That is a focal point of the piece. But I could have taken away a lot of this back end and had it more centralized so that it was just kind of this, right? And it would be a better focal point because all I'm seeing is the scene. So when you're thinking about a plinth, you want it to be as small as you can make it and still make sense. So you don't want all this extraneous stuff here. Now, as far as height is concerned, you want it to be, I like 2 inches. So this is like 2.5 inches. So 2 inches is pretty good. Maybe 1.75 inches, something like that are good sizes. It also depends on the size of the model that you're putting on it, right? So if I were on this plinth and it was a really, really tall model that came up to like, let me see if I can get this off camera on the main screen. It came up to like here, it would be a good size. Because I would say you want it to be maybe 1/3 of the overall volume of the miniature. So 1/3 plinth, 2/3 model is a good size for that. And you'll see it if you look at models like this, right? Which feels very bottom heavy with the plinth. It's got so much wood. If you look at a miniature that's really balanced and it has a nice plinth to it, where, you know, 1/3 of the whole miniature is plinth. Because imagine if like this model were twice as big. That would feel a lot more balanced with the plinth being the way it is versus this, which is so big. This is just the only thing I had. I would probably prefer if this plinth was maybe half the size. So if it were only like that. Because if you see that, like that feels so much better. So much more balanced.
Yeah.
You don't want to go super shallow, because if you have something like that, that feels really, really shallow. And like this model works okay. I'd want a little bit more on the bottom of this plinth just because this is so incorporated. But this I think works okay. But something I might
consider. Also
consider.
lends itself to you're pulling out of a well, so you kind of want the well to look bigger.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What I think would be really cool to do for this miniature, if I were to do like a real, display piece with Reach, I would actually probably cut off a portion of this front edge and make it into a square plinth where the model is centralized. And then I would take a section out of the plinth that I would make into seeing more of what's happening underneath the water. That's what I would do with it. And then I would probably have it go down, I don't know, a couple of inches, like 2 inches maybe. And if I could find a miniature that's like holding an arm up and looking up like that, and having that be in scale, or at least more of the arm and like a shoulder or something like that. There's a lot of cool options that you could do with that. It makes it tell a better story, right? Like, this is a cool story in and of itself, but you can really do more by adding to it.
A body dissolving in acid.
A body dissolving in acid, exactly.
So
I hope that all makes sense.
Papa Chicken said, these are all great insights that I kind of knew what to do, but would never be able to explain why to do it. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, of course. That's like, funny enough, that is a thing that people teach at conventions. Like, one of the classes that people will teach is like how to display your competition miniatures. It's like a thing that people talk about.
So you just saved $100.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure they would talk about more stuff that I don't even think about.
Chuck said, out of curiosity, how would you go about cutting that model? Table saw.
Table saw, probably.
No.
Blowtorch?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Bandsaw.
Bandsaw. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd figure it out. I'd probably hand it to Gabe and go, "Hey, Gabe,
A chisel and hammer.
what do you think your dad would charge me to get this thing cut off at this angle?"
$1,000.
I'd probably be like, "All right, I'm gonna take a jeweler's saw to it or something stupid."
A jeweler's saw. Actually, that might be the best thing to do.
You need your hands to paint.
Deathlands. Fun fact, I have cut myself on a table saw.
I mean, here's the thing. You could totally cut it on a table saw. You would just make a jig for it to hold it so you don't have to hold it yourself.
Yes.
That's the way you do that sort of stuff.
Painter's tape and a saw. Yeah. A jeweler's saw would probably work well.
A jeweler's saw might be a little small. You probably want something bigger than that.
Yeah. Saw stop? No, sir. It was not a saw stop.
I don't think Gabe knows what fun facts are.
I'm here, so it's fun. I've got all my digits. So
I got all my digits. They're
good.
still there.
I just don't have legs.
Neither do I, apparently. But I'm still alive. So
no, I did cut my thumb on a table saw.
How bad was it?
Pretty bad.
How upset was your dad?
He I think freaked out at first.
He was probably relieved that you didn't cut part of your hand off.
Yeah, relieved I didn't cut my thumb off. No, so we were making a birdhouse. I think it was because he did this like show here called Junk in the Trunk, where it's like a bunch of antique / like boutique creation places, but here in Phoenix. They do this big convention, and he's a woodworker, so he was making a bunch of stuff out of like reclaimed wood and that kind of thing. Is really cool. He's making some cool furniture, but he's also making some small stuff like birdhouses to sell. So I was helping him make some birdhouses to get some extra money. And as we were cutting one of the pieces, it started to slide a little bit off to the left. And so I went to go fix it, but I kind of went like this, and my thumb hit the top of the saw. But it felt like someone flicked the top of my thumb really hard, and I immediately pulled my finger back. So it didn't cut or like pull forward. I just it felt like something hit it really hard, and I threw my finger back and realized like, oh, I just cut myself on a table saw. And it took a big old chunk out of my thumb, and I had to wear a big fat bandage. But you can't you don't go to the hospital for it, because it's like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Sew a little chunk of your thumb back on?
It's just missing. So you kind of just have to cover it, it's just like an open wound. You just kind of have to cover we just did that, covered it. Pretty much every day I had to put gauze and do all that crap. Yeah. But that was fine. I've got a little scar now on my thumb. He said, I remember Gabe's legs. I don't know why he's the only one. You think I would be more likely to remember Shelby's legs. since I'm more attracted to women than men, but I remember Gabe having legs. I I just went full sin in reading that and didn't turn back. Jade, I can confirm Baby J has legs, and so does Shelby. They met us for dinner one night of Gen Con. Where was I? Oh, I was demoing Angra.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Gabe's like, that sounded like a good time. Why was I not there?
I know. If I remembered. Because it was very fun. It was a lot of fun. But I do remember Jason coming to me the week before saying, hey, so you know the day that you guys are setting up? Well, halfway through that, I need you to come and demo this game as well till 11. So glad I didn't go till 11. Chuck said they made us for dinner, decided they were too good to have gelato for dinner.
I had gelato.
Like the rest of the adults.
Let it be known, I did have gelato.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't... sounds like I'm lucky you didn't shatter the bone. Yeah, I don't know. It took a chunk out, but I was just was able to pull my thumb away. I don't know.
I don't have any like particularly heinous things that have happened to my hands.
I have,
luckily.
that is the worst injury I've had. I've not had to go to the hospital for any sort of both my siblings have had to go to the hospital for stitches and stuff like that, but I have not.
Yeah, I don't know. The worst two scars that I have one behind. Well, I guess technically, part of my ear's missing because my mom cut part of my ear off.
Yeah, that would suck.
That one's not great. And you can still kind of see the chunk of my ear that's missing. It's kind of hard. You won't be able to see it on chat, but and let's see here. I have a scar behind my left ear on my neck.
Gelato
like
for
here.
dinner. That does sound great.
And then I got another one on the top of my head somewhere. I just forget where it is.
Go to Gen Con. Gam Ed. Oh, game delay. Okay. Like Gam Ed. What is that the name of it? What was the name of the restaurant?
Huh? That we went to?
Yeah.
It was Taxman. What was it called?
Sounds good. I remember being so hungry. All I wanted was chicken. I just wanted fried chicken.
I mean, to be fair, I missed fried chicken dinner at that place, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
Taxman
City Way.
Yeah, Taxman City
Yeah,
Way.
you did miss 2 meals.
Yeah, it sucked. I missed that one, and I missed empanadas.
And you missed empanadas.
This is a bummer.
Jordan, does chat know about that you didn't get empanadas?
Yeah, chat. I didn't get empanadas at Gen Con this year.
He didn't. We normally go get
That
empanadas.
Freaking sucks.
And by normally, I mean the one time we did it on Sunday, which is after Teardown. And it's the best. But normally, we drive to Gen Con. We drive for 3 days straight to get there with a car. And so we normally are able to just tear everything down and go throw it in the car, and then we leave. But this time around, we did use a different shipping service, and it took a little bit longer than we wanted it to. We knew that going into it because we had the show hold on to our empty crates. But they're like, hey, you may not get it till like 2 or 3 hours. Like, well, sounds like we may not be able to do empanadas on Sunday because they close at 9, apparently.
On Sunday.
Yeah, which also, I guess you can't buy groceries
Oh my god.
after a certain time.
I was so mad.
I was so weird. The hotel wouldn't sell us Coke or Dr. Pepper because it was like, sorry, it's after 9. We can't sell you groceries. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. So yeah, we had to steal parts from the surrounding vendors. And so then we decided we were going to go get empanadas on Saturday, but Jordan had already had plans to hang out with his family on Saturday. Which, to be fair, I did say Wednesday would probably be the best day. Which I know, but then your dad said that Saturday was better. But
also, you guys went... Oh, no, you guys went on Saturday.
We went on Saturday, but we didn't realize we were going to do that until Saturday because I realized they had told us, hey, your crates are going to take a few hours. I'm like, ooh.
Next year, we're going to schedule our empanada night
Yikes.
ahead of time.
Yikes.
Ahead of time. We're gonna know what day we're going.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a planned thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, hey, Dad, We're not doing it on this night because I'm not missing empanadas.
Not missing the imps.
Not happening. And yeah, they stop at 9 flat out.
Yeah.
So let me set the
weird.
scene for you as well to understand like how frustrated I was. So we'd done all this stuff. I don't have empanadas. We tear down the booth. We throw it together. We're all sweating. It sucks. We get back to the hotel. I go up, take a shower or whatever, come down. And I'm like, great. I need some food.
It's like 11.
It's like 11 o'clock. And I'm like, I think it was like 10 at the time.
I'm at 10.
Because I ended up ordering food. So we go, I'm like, I'm going to get a drink from the thing. Gabe's like, I'm also going to do that.
Yeah.
And then we go over and they're like, sorry, we can't sell you these drinks that are right there.
Yeah. It's so weird. I'm like, what? So it started with, I was going to get a drink at the bar that's in the hotel.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
I forgot about that.
It's the last night. I'll get like a whiskey sour or something. And like, no, sorry, we just closed. We can't serve anything after whatever time it was. I was like, okay. So I sat back down. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just get a soda. And so I got back up and I walk over to the front desk and I was like, oh, can we get a soda? And she's like, oh no, we can't do that either. I'm like, what? Yeah, we can't sell. She said groceries after 9 or 10 or something.
Gabe turns to me, he's like, this is not a grocery store.
I was like, what? What are you talking about? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Can anyone shine light on that? On why Sundays at Indianapolis like 9 or 10, they're just like, yep, sorry, we don't sell things anymore. What? Take my money. Crazy.
It's like, can I just like take it now, write an IOU, and then buy it in the morning?
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Stayed open for gamers till late. Every night it was fine. It was just Sunday. She said something specifically about it being Sunday. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Yeah, she said it's against the law, is what she told us.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy to talk. No groceries on the Lord's Day, sir.
I'm pretty sure the Lord would probably be
so funny.
a fan of you being able to buy some groceries if you needed to.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like that is a bit of a, not that I'm one to really know, but I imagine.
Food hall by the Adepticon venue has a brand new empanada joint. Ooh.
Whoa.
Sounds great.
What? Where is this? I don't even see it. Oh, also it's 4:01, Gabe.
Yeah.
It's that time.
Up till 50 years, you couldn't even carry out beer. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Dr. Pepper is groceries. Also, apparently, hotel lobbies are grocery stores now.
So weird. That's so weird.
If your local grocery store does not have what you need, I recommend your nearest hotel lobby. They might have it.
I don't know, man. It's so weird. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you're still here from the raid, thank you so much for joining us. I know we can be a little bit of a funky bunch, but if you stayed through all of that, drop us a like, drop us a follow, let us know, or let us tell you when we'll be back live again so you can join us.
It's not working?
Exclamation point?
Is it exclamation point?
I think.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Been a while, Gabe.
Yeah. /
Been a while. Gabe's going to go ahead and throw up a whole bunch of links for
Playing
us.
2 minute much Minecraft.
I'm going to start with the Ghost Hunter one, which is the Discord. Go ahead and check out the Discord link. There are 4,559 people on the Discord who are mad that Jordan didn't get empanadas. You know what, Ghost Hunter? You get some love from me for that, because I am also disappointed that I did not get empanadas.
I'm not.
You want to know what their response was? Well, you're going to have them for Christmas when you go back to visit your family anyways.
No. You already had empanadas without us.
Oh, that's what it was. It was at the same time last year
It has
when
to
I
be
went
even.
to
We have to have the even same amount of times having empanadas, and you had one
That's
too
not
many.
fair.
One too many, my friend.
That's not fair.
One too many.
You guys. Anyways, check out the other links. We got the store link on there where you can find all the fantastic products that we make. I looked at Discord. The store locator where you can find local game stores near you where you can support both us and your local store by picking up some of our products. Also, check out the YouTube. We've got the live streams that you can catch up on that you've missed potentially, as well as all of our short form and longer form video content. Make sure to hang out with us. We're going to find somebody to raid tonight.
Yep.
Gabe's going to figure that out really quick while I take us the rest of the way out. But I'll let you know that there are 5 days a week that you can find us, Monday through Friday, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We will see you guys later. And by later, I mean tomorrow. Much love.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.